Joan Rivers, known for her upfront and sometimes controversial sense of humor, recently surprised everyone when her daughter shared some lesser-known facts about her. Take a look at Joan's before and after photos, and you'll see how passionate she is about beauty. She's undergone numerous cosmetic surgeries, all in the pursuit of earning compliments from the guys. Pretty unusual, huh? But there's more to Joan Rivers than meets the eye. In our video, we uncover a bunch of secrets you probably didn't know about her. It's a guarantee. This video won't let you down. Let's dive in. But before starting this video, would you like to hit the subscribe button to help me to reach 1,000 subscribers? Joan Rivers had an incredible journey from the suburbs of Westchester County to becoming one of Hollywood's busiest stars. She kicked off her education at Barnard College, where she explored English literature and anthropology. Yet, it was the entertainment world that truly captured her heart. After graduating, Joan started out as a buyer in a department store. Little did she know that this job would connect with her personal life in unexpected ways. During this time, she met her first husband. Although their marriage was short-lived, ending in an annulment after just 6 months, it marked the beginning of Joan's intricate relationship with love and marriage. Joan Rivers didn't skyrocket to stardom overnight. Her journey was a shift from being a serious Broadway actress to dominating the male-dominated stand-up comedy scene. In 1965, her big break came on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, a game-changer in her career. But when she decided to go solo, it caused a falling out with Carson. Undeterred, Rivers pushed on and launched her own show, That Show with Joan Rivers, in 1968. The years that followed were a whirlwind of activity as she showcased her talents in various forms. Apart from her comedic skills, she authored 14 books, explored reality shows, designed jewelry, and gained fame for her no-holds-barred fashion police-style critiques. Her quick wit, self-deprecating humor, and openness about plastic surgery became defining aspects of her public image. Behind the glitz, Joan Rivers was a devoted mom to Melissa and a loving wife to her second husband, Edgar Rosenberg. Tragically, Rosenberg took his own life in 1987, casting a shadow over Rivers' personal life. But, true to her nature, Joan used humor to openly address her struggles, sharing the pain of her experiences. In 2014, Joan's life took an unexpected turn when she passed away due to complications during a seemingly minor medical procedure. Her death revealed that despite her candidness, the iconic performer still had secrets. In the aftermath, her daughter Melissa poured her emotions into a touching memoir titled The Book of Joan, Tales of Mirth, Mischief, and Manipulation. Melissa's goal was clear. She wanted to create a tribute that captured her mother's humor. The book delves into the deep pain and anger Melissa felt after losing her iconic mom. It goes beyond personal grief, shedding light on the legal battle that unfolded. Melissa filed a negligence lawsuit against Yorkville Endoscopy, the medical facility where Joan Rivers faced complications during a routine throat procedure that led to her passing. The lawsuit, exploring the circumstances surrounding Joan's death, was settled in 2016. Amidst the reflective moments, Melissa Rivers shares heartwarming, poignant, and humor-filled stories that celebrate Joan's lively personality. One delightful tale involves a comedic face-off between Joan Rivers and Matt Lauer over a sought-after Tickle Me Elmo doll. Melissa recalls the incident during a Today segment on the year's hottest kids' toys. The elusive Tickle Me Elmo had sold out everywhere, except for one doll in the studio, sparking a playful wrestling match between Joan and Lauer. In a twist of humor, Joan, known for her quick thinking, feigned a damaged hip, cleverly tricking a concerned Lauer into assisting her. Seizing the opportunity, she grabbed the doll and made a triumphant escape, showcasing her ninja-like reflexes. Contrary to popular belief, Joan Rivers had a different number of plastic surgeries. Known for her openness about these procedures, Joan turned her evolving appearance into comedic material. The Hollywood Reporter highlighted some of her best plastic surgery quips, like joking about what's going on under her chin and quipping about being donated to Tupperware. Despite her openness, Joan never revealed the exact number of procedures, leaving the public to speculate. Melissa further fueled the mystery in her memoir, suggesting Joan underwent 365 procedures while simultaneously downplaying the extent. Melissa delves into the deeper reasons behind Joan's fixation on plastic surgery, revealing a lifelong insecurity about her looks. However, in her later years, Joan reached a point of confidence in her appearance. Melissa shares that her mother finally felt good about how she looked, emphasizing the comfort she found in the procedures. Despite the jokes, Joan underwent surgeries for her well-being. Melissa shares a touching moment from Joan's 80th birthday when she remarked, "You know what? For 80, I don't look so bad." Joan Rivers, known for her vibrant personality, faced significant conflicts with her daughter Melissa, despite their image as an inseparable duo. Their close bond, displayed on reality shows like Celebrity Apprentice, and Joan and Melissa, Joan Knows Best, wasn't immune to the challenges of family life. While their public appearances radiated harmony, Melissa revealed in an interview with Today that there were substantial conflicts between them over the years. Despite their shared ventures, there were moments of tension and disagreement behind the scenes. One tough period followed the tragic suicide of Joan's second husband, Edgar Rosenberg, in 1987. Melissa expressed her anger towards her mother during this difficult time, leading to a period of estrangement. Their relationship became strained, to the point where they didn't speak for a whole year. Eventually, the healing process began, and they made the mutual decision to rebuild their connection. Melissa emphasized that their reality show's success and effective partnership were rooted in their authentic mother-daughter chemistry, which included both love and occasional strife. Beyond her humor, Joan Rivers was known for her unique habits, including a peculiar act involving emptied Milk Duds boxes. According to Melissa's memoir, Joan had a habit of hiding cash in these candy boxes when she traveled. The practical and ingenious reasoning behind this choice was that the boxes were the same size as paper money, providing a discreet hiding spot. Joan adopted this method to outsmart potential thieves, as they would likely overlook the seemingly innocent candy box if they rifled through her purse. Melissa discovered her mother's unconventional piggy banks only after Joan's passing, during the process of clearing out her apartment. Despite knowing about Joan's habit of hiding money around her home, Melissa overlooked the Milk Duds boxes scattered around the apartment before discarding them. Joan Rivers' quirks went beyond her creative piggy banks. In a chapter from Melissa's memoir titled The Purse, an amusing incident at an airport security check unfolds. TSA agents, during a routine check, discovered an array of unusual items in Joan's handbag, including a Ziploc bag filled with bacon bits and a vial of fake blood. The fake blood, as revealed in the memoir, had a rather unconventional purpose. Joan carried it in case her plane was ever hijacked. She planned to throw the fake blood at potential terrorists. Despite her groundbreaking career, Joan Rivers did not identify as a feminist. Although credited with pushing boundaries, particularly on taboo topics like abortion, her candid and sometimes acerbic commentary on women's weight, appearance, and sexuality stirred controversy among feminists. While some saw her as a feminist icon, others criticized her for perpetuating negative stereotypes about women. An article in HuffPost challenged the idea of Rivers as a feminist trailblazer, pointing to jokes that were deemed caustic and misogynistic. The conflicting views on Joan Rivers's feminist legacy highlight the complexity of her impact on gender dynamics in comedy. On one hand, she broke barriers for women in a male-dominated field, while on the other, her humor sometimes seemed to perpetuate harmful stereotypes and engage in body shaming. In a posthumous interview, Melissa Rivers shed light on her mother's perspective on feminism, stating that Joan never identified as a feminist and simply wanted the freedom to pursue her ambitions while embracing traditional values. Joan's nuanced perspective on gender roles was evident in her desire for chivalry, expressing a preference for a man to open doors for her and expecting to be treated like a lady. Joan Rivers, known for her humor, brought a unique parenting style into the mix. Despite occasional doubts about her parenting skills, Joan's relationship with her daughter, Melissa Rivers, showcased a mix of closeness and occasional tumult. Her unconventional approach to motherhood was evident in humorous quips, such as waking up Melissa with a playful claim that she had a challenging birth. While Joan's early years of parenting were described as traditional by Melissa, their dynamic took a less conventional turn as Melissa entered adulthood. In an interview on the Dear Me Media Divorced Not Dead podcast, Melissa shared her mother's unexpected advice on dating and relationships. Melissa Rivers' memoir unveiled another quirky side of her early years, disclosing that Joan took unconventional risks while driving with her baby daughter. Joan, in her characteristic humor, supposedly assured Melissa, "Missy, they didn't have car seats when you were born, and you survived just fine." She humorously described a laid-back approach to infant safety, admitting to placing Melissa on the floor of the passenger side instead of holding her on her lap to avoid wrinkling her blouse. While delivered in jest, Joan's statement contrasts sharply with contemporary safety practices, as children's car seats were actually invented in the 1930s, well before Melissa's birth. Joan Rivers, known for her wit, engaged in needlepoint and crossword puzzles with her distinct approach. Despite her outrageous public persona, Joan found solace in the unexpected hobby of needlepoint, as revealed by Melissa in a chapter of her memoir titled Pillow Talk. Needlepoint became a nightly ritual for Joan, providing a sense of tranquility. As she settled into bed, she would watch Investigation Discovery, immersing herself in dark tales of gruesome murders while creating pillows through the rhythmic and methodical art of needlepoint. The pillows bore slogans reflecting Joan's trademark wit, such as, "Don't expect praise without envy until you're dead," and "Fashion knows no pain." Melissa's memoir also delved into Joan's struggle with spelling. Described as a terrible speller, Joan had a resourceful approach to crossword puzzles, squeezing misspelled words into spaces to ensure no puzzle went unfinished. Melissa included a crossword puzzle book and Joan's favorite pens in her mother's coffin, capturing the irreverent essence of Joan Rivers with the accompanying joke about her misspelling a word in heaven. Joan Rivers' comedic repertoire often targeted celebrities, with Elizabeth Taylor being a frequent subject. The reasons behind this targeting were explored, revealing a mix of jealousy, camaraderie, and perhaps personal insecurity on Joan Rivers' part. The fixation on ridiculing Elizabeth Taylor took on a nuanced perspective as the layers beneath Joan's humor were uncovered. Leslie Bennett's biography of Joan Rivers suggests that Rivers' acerbic jokes about Elizabeth Taylor may have been fueled by jealousy, sparked by Taylor's unparalleled beauty and early success in Hollywood. Bennett indicates that Rivers felt envious of Taylor, who achieved stardom at a young age due to her stunning looks. In contrast, Melissa Rivers offers a different perspective in her memoir, stating that despite the sharp jokes, her mother genuinely liked Elizabeth Taylor. Melissa emphasizes their joint efforts in AIDS research and the personal friendship they shared with actor Roddy McDowall, suggesting that public jokes were more about Rivers' comedic style than genuine dislike. Marie Claire provides an alternative theory regarding Joan Rivers' acerbic takedowns of women, including Elizabeth Taylor. The magazine suggests that Rivers' harsh humor might have stemmed from her own crippling insecurity about her looks and body. Rivers, in an interview, admitted that no man had ever complimented her in that regard, leading Marie Claire to propose that her jokes could have been a defense mechanism or a way to cope with her insecurities by deflecting attention. Joan Rivers, known for her extravagant lifestyle, openly expressed her love for luxury. At the time of her passing, she left behind a fortune estimated at around $150 million. Christie's auctioned the private collection of Joan Rivers, featuring items that reflected her taste for opulence, from pieces by iconic brands to unique items like a silk pagoda dog bed. The auction, as described by Art Daily, achieved an impressive total of $495,250. Melissa Rivers emphasized her mother's belief that luxurious possessions should be enjoyed and cherished, reflecting Joan's philosophy of living life to the fullest. Despite her affinity for luxury, Joan Rivers was not just a collector but also a generous hostess. She loved sharing her opulent apartment and treasures with friends, earning a reputation as a marvelous hostess. Friends like Marjorie Stern noted Joan's meticulous observation of guests, ensuring laughter and lively conversation. Joan's formal table settings with finger bowls were part of her distinctive entertaining style, even if some friends teased her about the perceived impracticality of such traditions in the modern world. Joan Rivers had a penchant for fabricating stories, as highlighted in Leslie Bennett's biography. Instances of embellished tales included falsely claiming membership in Phi Beta Kappa and telling a dramatic story about a date dying at Le Cirque, a New York restaurant, which was debunked by the restaurant itself. These fabrications were seen as part of Rivers's desire to shape an image that countered what she perceived as nature's shortcomings, showcasing her flair for embellishment and transforming ordinary experiences into elaborate anecdotes. Melissa Rivers, in her candid reflections for the Daily Mail, provided further insights into her mother Joan Rivers's penchant for tall tales. She openly admitted that Joan was rude, vain, embarrassing, and an incorrigible liar, all while maintaining her hilariously funny demeanor. Melissa acknowledged that many of Joan's fibs were embellishments intended to make stories more entertaining or interesting. Interestingly, she added a humorous twist by revealing that, paradoxically, Joan was terrible at actual lying, underscoring the performative aspect of her mother's narrative artistry. Melissa Rivers, in her memoir, offered a glimpse into the dark and complex humor of Joan Rivers. Joan reportedly maintained a fake flight manifest labeled Death Flight 5000, containing the names of people she humorously wished would be on board when the plane metaphorically crashed into K2. This darkly humorous creation, while highlighting Joan's irreverent style, likely showcased her sharp and satirical take on life. Contrary to this fictional list, Joan Rivers had actually fostered numerous close friendships worldwide, and the portrayal of her dislike for certain individuals, even in jest, contrasted with the reality of her extensive network of personal connections. In the aftermath of Joan's tragic death, Melissa Rivers appeared on Today to discuss the settlement of the negligence lawsuit against the hospital where Joan passed away. She spoke about the need to move forward, acknowledging the overuse of the term closure, but expressing a desire to put the legal proceedings behind them. Melissa also revealed her intention to advocate for legislative changes to establish tighter regulations on outpatient ambulatory clinics, aiming to prevent similar tragedies and improve patient safety. In an unconventional tribute, Melissa shared that she had sent Joan's ashes to various friends globally, dispersing them in locations across England, Scotland, Mexico, Wyoming, California, and unexpected places like stores, restaurants, and studios. This unique gesture not only reflected Joan Rivers's widespread impact, but also infused a sense of humor into the dispersal of her ashes. Keeping a part of Joan's remains for herself, Melissa disclosed that